Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. It's looking interesting on the Solana chart, looking promising. Solana, one of the better performers today. I mean, to be honest, it's not crazy what's going on there today, but we have a reaction to our support zone and we have some green candles and the price is breaking out of that blue support zone here to the upside that we have seen on the chart. This is also what we were watching for. If you follow us, for example, on X, then you know that the idea was that we are, that the bulls would show up. I only posted that yesterday on our X profile. Feel free to follow us here. The link is in the comment section pinned. Yeah. Idea was that the bulls need to step in here. So we're clearly watching for that. The support zone is where a typical C wave, which is what we're tracking, would complete. So that's what we were watching for. As mentioned also in previous updates, the market was very much oversold. So yeah, check that out. Follow us here as well. By the way, I invite you as well to vote because we want to get a bit of a sentiment check of what the MCO community thinks. Has the bull market finished? Is the bull market still unfolding or are we already in the bear market? So make sure you vote here. Pretty much most of you guys think we are still in bull mode, but yeah, let me know. It would be super interested what the MCO community thinks. Again, you'll find the link to X in the description, but also pinned in the comment section. There's lots of other stuff as well, like mindset tweets and so on. Actually, they're not tweets anymore, are they? But yeah, it's a much more direct way of communicating. So this is what we're tracking here currently, yeah? So a C wave down in our bullish scenario, that's the yellow scenario, could have completed. We're going to take a look at the microstructures in a minute, because here we will be able to talk about micro support levels, micro resistances. We'll update them together because the support zone that we talked about yesterday is also holding for now. Yeah. So the trend seems to be up locally and we're stretching out of this support zone to the upside. This here, as I said to you, the blue zone is not an area where if we break below it, we will have invalidation or anything, but this is an area of, let's say, probability, an area where the price should turn around. From a probabilistic point of view, that's where the bulls should turn up. Not only do we have a Fibonacci support area, but also structural support as indicated by the red line here. So we have reacted to structural support and Fibonacci support, and so bullish divergence still holding. Yeah, we talked about that as well. And we've seen a bullish cross, and that looks like a healthy bullish cross actually, with at least upside momentum today. Also here we've seen a bullish divergence over the last few weeks develop. So all that means is lower lows on the price chart, but higher lows on the histogram of the MACD, but the RSI showed the same. So I mean, the signs were there. Not saying that we are, let's say, breaking out and it's holding. We're far away from this is a confirmed breakout, but it's the first real attempt we've had that has a chance to develop a 5-wave move, because this rally that occurred on Monday the 3rd, if you remember, it ended as a 3-wave structure. So if it's only another 3-wave move, there's just a good chance it is. So we just need to be mindful. Every step of the way, I'm going to give you the relevant support levels. What we can track as well is a potential trend line. It's just something in addition that we could put onto the chart here as a potential resistance parameter, because this is an obvious one. Yep, only 2 touch points, but it's an obvious one. So we'll see if the market gets rejected there. It's currently positioned around $150. Now that's the yellow count where we could get another high to around about $360, would still be ideal in my opinion. And however, there's also the white count, which is the scenario in which a major top has already formed. Absolutely valid as well. Explained to you in previous updates that we have already enough, let's say, waves in place to the upside to consider the entire move complete. But because we haven't, well, in this, let's say in the structure, there is not enough evidence yet to say that we really have formed a major top yet. But it's possible. I mean, this is even a head and shoulders pattern that could develop here, which would be in line with the white count. But again, we don't need these patterns because we've got the Elliott wave structures, and they already tell us there's a resistance area here between $181 and $263, and the market could just get rejected there. So we have to watch very closely. It's more important than ever here. the structure to the upside. And then if there is any rejection in here, in this area, and it's a 5-wave move down, that would suggest a C wave down has started. So obviously a C wave down would be a 5-wave move, and it consists of 5 waves, and the first wave of that would also be a 5-wave move. So any 5-wave movements to the downside would indicate that a larger correction is unfolding. We'll keep you updated about that, yeah, but we also want to educate. We also want to educate what we need to be watching for, because MCO is not only about analysis, it's about, you know, the community, the education around it, and empowerment, and that you understand what we are looking for here. I mean, my goal is always to help you understand the analysis. That's very, very important, because, you know, it's all good, you know, people consume an analysis, but then essentially they don't really understand everything. But if you hang around, you know, then over time you will pick everything up, and hopefully it will give you a good understanding of how markets work, you know, and it will change your understanding of how markets work. And yeah, it's not easy. Obviously, Elliott wave isn't easy, but it can be understood. Just hang around, and over time you'll pick it up. You know, that's very important. So I always try to help you understand, you know, what to watch out for when we get into this resistance area. Then we have to pay attention to the structure, because in a bullish count, in the yellow one, we don't want to see any 5-wave movements to the downside, only 3-wave movements. So that's how we can distinguish white from yellow. But in addition to that, on the micro level, there will be additional support levels that we're tracking. Yeah? So looking at the smaller time frame then, the price has rallied, obviously, in waves 1 and 2. This is just shown here on the smaller time frame. Yeah, we've got the blue scenario, which is the bullish breakout one, just here on the smaller time. It just shows us what we need to see hold now, you know, in terms of levels, to continue to follow the pathway higher, you know, so that we can follow this roadmap. What are the parameters for this roadmap, for this directly bullish roadmap? Well, we have a wave 1 to the upside and a wave 2 to the downside, forming a higher low. That was our 1-2 setup I communicated a few days ago. Yeah, then the price broke out above this week's high, which was the next confirmation level that we're really going higher. We can focus on $143 as the first ideal target for a third wave. But bear in mind, the 100% extension is always resistance as well. So $137, we are there now. Let's see if the market can break above it. Then the path should be cleared to 143. If we then get another higher low and a higher high, we've got 5 waves. Then we will watch for the next corrective pullback, which could be the next setup. For now, I communicated yesterday here a micro support area, which is still holding. The market broke out, retested the previous high, but also Fibonacci support. As long as we're holding $128, the overall focus could be on higher prices for now, yeah? So that's what I'm tracking here at the moment. That means, in other words, if at this point a break below $128 occurs, it will be the first signal that something is breaking. It would be the first signal that the microstructure is breaking. We go for another low. In that case, yep, this would be quite an aggressive fourth wave, but valid. Okay. It would be valid as a diagonal pattern to the downside, expanding diagonal possible. So just something to be aware of. Also, here on the smaller time frame, we can track here this trend line. This also currently acts as resistance, as you can see. Yeah, smaller time frame resistance trend line. Basically, we get above that, and the $137 level, 143 is next, and that 138% extension is the first ideal target for a third wave, and needs to be reached to really consider it a viable third wave. All right, that's the update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. And as I said, yeah, make sure that you come over here to X and have a discussion about charts. Vote, let us know about your thoughts around the bull market, bear market. And there's a lot of additional content here as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.